What is up, everyone? It's the All Gaming Blog here, bringing you some Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. Now, back in August, Valve had a new user agreement, right? Valve, Steam, PC, gameplay, whatever. They had a new user agreement, which was basically just an update to their terms of service regarding Steam and Steam user accounts. Now, with terms of service, right, or with just their general user agreement, you can either accept it or not accept it. You know, you can either take it as is or just, you know, saying, no, I don't really accept these new terms. What happens if you don't agree is your games that you paid for and your account will be held until you agree. So until you agree, you cannot play or you cannot touch your account, because in order for you to play it, you know, you have to agree to those terms of services. Now, you may be asking, you know, what's those terms of services are? Why wouldn't I agree? Now, those terms of services basically are it's not even, it's just for them to protect themselves against a class action lawsuit and to stop a user from transferring a product or service licensed from one user to the other, and you basically just making one player have only one account. Like, for example, I have two Steam accounts, one my personal, the other one is for the blog, right, the YouTube channel and whatnot. Now, with this new user agreement, I could only use one account because the games that I have from one account, I can't pass them to the other account and back and forth. So basically, that's what they are protecting themselves. Now, if you do not accept those terms, you'll no longer have access to your own player account and cannot play any game until you do. So basically, what they're doing is, if you don't agree with those terms of services that they have, they will hold your account as ransom until you do. I mean, you don't accept it, that's fine, but you can't use your account until you do, because in order for you to play it, the games that you already paid for in bought, you know, this is what you have to do. Now, this puts a player or gamer or, you know, a consumer in a very hard position, because if Valve ever goes to the dark side, other games will go with them. And what do I mean by this is, if Valve ever wants to, you know, if they ever put, okay, these terms of service was just like, you can't sell or transfer your games to anyone. What if they say that, okay, in order for you to play your games, you have to pay $150 a year or something stupid like that? Or if they, you know, sell themselves out, or you know what I mean. There's no stopping them from changing the law to whatever they want. Now, you might be wondering, what about this lawsuit? Well, a German consumer advocacy group, or I think they call themselves VZBV. I'm not 100% sure if that's what they call themselves, but I think it is. The same group who actually took down Blizzard back in July, as revealed that Valve has until September 26th of the next week to give a disease declaration over this terms of service. Now, what they want is, it's fine that they're putting out those terms of service like that. It's completely fine. That's not the issue. The issue is when those terms of service are, you know, are like a conflict, and if you don't agree that you can't play until you do, which is that's the only thing that they are against of, which basically the terms of service will most likely will not change, but you don't have to accept them and lose all your games. This is like for targeting people such as myself that I've bought games on Steam and have more than one account that play on. Now, I'm not, if I have two accounts, right, I'm not going to buy the same game on both accounts just because I played the same game, you know, just because I have two different accounts and play the same game. This would be ridiculous. Regardless of what their terms of service are right now, which I don't think they are that unreasonable, but they could be in the future. And for them to be doing this is ridiculous. Now, a lot of people are surprised because they thought Valve would never do this, and Valve would never be a douchebag company such as Blizzard for lately, EA. We all know what EA's, Ubisoft, and Activision, whatever. You know, there are tons of companies out there that just do this douchebag stuff, which is kind of online passes, all this crap that they do. Nobody would ever think Valve would be involved into this, but yeah, they are. But you know why? Because they're a gaming company as well, and you either agree to what they have to say, or you can't play your games that you already paid for, and that are by all, you know, all rights your intellectual property. Even if virtual, they are yours. You have paid for them. You have paid to play those video games that they sell, and you know, if you don't agree with this, you can't play your games. The games that you paid for, you cannot play them if you don't, you know, agree to these terms. If you don't agree to us, basically trying to make you not play and not make a class action lawsuit. Now, back when this first terms came in section, I've seen this on the news. And then I've seen this all over, but I didn't talk much of it. It's not that bad. I mean, the new terms, a lot of people said no, you shouldn't agree to this. You know, you shouldn't sign. But I didn't talk much of it, to be quite honest, until this just happened, and until, you know, it's more serious than what I gave it credit for. That's why I'm covering it right now, because by the time it came off, you know, just say okay, you know, it's just new terms. I don't have to agree with it. I just don't give a crap. Really, I don't care. And a lot of people actually said, you know, how many of you actually read the terms when you clicking I agree? How many of you actually, you know, it's not just reading, it's understanding on what you're signing, understanding what you're agreeing to. How many of you actually understand what is going on right there? Because they put a lot of big words in there. They've put a lot of corporation advocate lingo that many players, many users don't understand, especially the younger ones. Don't necessarily understand. Just click agree because you just want to go back to play your games. You don't really care about this, you know, this legal stuff. You just want to play your freaking game that you paid for. And a lot of people, you know, a lot of lawyers and a lot of people already said, you know, you shouldn't agree to this. You know, this is dangerous stuff right here. You know, this is not very nice stuff. You shouldn't agree, and I didn't thought any of it back then. Now I'm starting to see things a bit different, that this is actually more serious. So I wanted to cover this, and just put you guys in the loop. So that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, give it a like, and leave me a comment what you have to say about this subject, and as always, subscribe if you're not already.